Hello everyone, welcome to Study IQ IS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Today we'll talk about Assam. Something is going on in Assam. Whether this is a case of vote bank politics or Assam government is trying to undo previous mistakes of theirs, we'll talk about it. What is this whole issue all about Assam government to drop cases against Coach Rajbangsi in foreigners tribunals? Who are these Coach Rajbangsi people? Where do they belong to? Are they there in Bangladesh also? If they are, getting converted from foreigners to citizens, again, is it happening or not? Whether certain foreigners, and not one not two, around 28,000 people will talk about, are they getting converted from the so-called foreigner tag to citizens tag, or they were already citizens? What is your view? Again, if you're from Assam, you know it better than us. You will tell it what is the actual reality on the ground, and we'll talk about this article and things will become much more clearer to you. Is this whole thing happening because an election is coming in Assam? Because of that we are talking about this. So yes, let's delve into this particular article. April 5, 2025, Hindu, page number 3. Assam government to drop cases against Coach Rajbangsi in foreigners tribunals. And this is not about one or two cases. Around 28,000 cases will be dropped. Assam government has decided to withdraw around 28,000 cases. Look at the number here. This is actually a big number, even if you take into account, let's say, the vote bank politics as well. So foreigner tribunals that involve members of Coach Rajbangsi community. Now we'll also talk about what are these foreign tribunals, under which particular act it has been made. All these things are important from exam perspective, be it UPSC or non-UPSC rather. Impact of the decision. This move will remove the D category, voter tag, from these individuals. Doubtful. And D voters are those people who are not allowed to vote because of alleged lack of valid citizenship documents. And it is believed that there's a very high probability these people are foreigners. And here we'll also talk about Assam Accord. What is this Assam Accord? What is the cutoff criteria in Assam Accord? So, community background. Coach Rajbangsi once ruled parts of modern day Assam and one of the 6 communities which are demanding SC, means ST status, scheduled tribe status. The other are Adivasi, Ahom, Shutia, Matak, and Moran. Now, please keep it in mind. ST status is one thing, but Coach Rajbangsi, and we will see what Himanta Biswa Sarma sir talks about Coach Rajbangsi community, that they are part of us. But when you will read about Coach Rajbangsi, you will realize that they are also there in Bangladesh region, as you can see here, demographic spread. So how are we, or how is Assam government going to demarcate between Coach Rajbangsi community who are there in Bangladesh and those who are there in Assam? What is the criteria here? Recent development: March, Amit Shah sir, he visited means Assam, and before that only Coach Rajbangsi community, they submitted a 15-point memorandum to BJP Assam President Dilip Saikia, and there they are like, we need to have a talk and we need a proper status of us. We are not foreigners and we need SC status. All these things they are talking about, and we have talked about the demographic spread of Coach Rajbangsi people, and please keep it in mind, they are there in Bangladesh also, and that is a question which should come in your mind: how we will demarcate the Coach Rajbangsi people of Assam and those of Bangladesh. Okay. Official statement: Himanta Biswa Sarma sir is saying that 28,000 people, they are wrongly labeled as foreigners. They are not foreigners. They are a part of our Assamese heritage and culture. The government recognizes them as an indigenous group integral to Assamese culture. People from Assam, what do you think about it? Coach Rajbangsi people who are watching this particular video, what do you think about this foreigner tag which was labeled on you? And how are we going to distinguish people who are from Coach Rajbangsi community, in Assam and in Bangladesh? That is a very important question. That's why I'm continuously talking or stressing on this particular point. Significance of the move. Cabinet action is described as a historic step. So again, is it a historic step, or is it vote bank politics, or is it something, or is there something in between these two things? So again, let's talk about the keywords here. The one keyword which is very important is foreigners tribunal. Foreigners tribunals are quasi-judicial bodies. Now, what are quasi-judicial body? NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, which sometimes people say it is a toothless tiger. They're also called as quasi-judicial bodies. So Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts, they are judicial bodies. They have, they can check the constitutionality of laws and all these executive orders as well. So these are bodies which are similar to Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts, but they don't have the exact powers of Supreme Court, High Court, and subordinate courts. We are talking about quasi-judicial bodies. Powers similar, but not exactly same. Established under Foreigners Act 1946. This is important. Sometime they will write that it has been established under Citizenship Act 1955 or something like that. So you have to keep it in mind. The primary purpose is to determine the citizenship status of individuals suspected of being illegal immigrants. And that has been an issue which has been there in Assam and in northeastern states because of 1971 war, because of Bangladeshi people influx. So it's a very sensitive issue there. And this is what they are talking about. And now Assam Accord comes into picture. When it was it was promulgated or implemented 1985. What is the benchmark criteria here? March 24, 1971. If you have arrived after it from Bangladesh, you are an illegal citizen. If you have arrived before or on that particular date, you are or you will be taken into consideration for Indian citizenship. So these are the points which you have to keep in mind. Assam Accord, when was it signed? What is the criteria here, cutoff date here for identifying illegal immigrants? How we are going to identify the illegal immigrants of the community which we have just discussed, like who has come from Bangladesh, because they are there in Bangladesh as well. So how does a case reach FT, foreigners tribunals? Individuals are marked as T voters, you can see here, border police, and we have National Register of Citizens now, NRC. So there, if you are not there in that list, you can go to Foreigners Tribunal. You can, file a case and talk about that. No, I am a citizen of India. I am a citizen of Assam. Okay. So these individuals are referred to FTs, foreigner tribunals, where to determine whether they are Indian citizens or not. The burden of proof. This is important. Sometimes they will give you that the burden of proof in foreigners tribunals lies on the state. That is wrong. It lies on the accused. So if your name is not on NRC, National Register of Citizens, then you have to prove yourself that no, sir, I am a citizen. I have a valid, voter ID card or this card or that card. You have to prove them. Means produce before them rather to establish their Indian citizenship with valid documents. Okay. Now, powers and process. What are the things we have talked about? FTs, foreigner tribunals. They are quasi-judicial bodies and they have a power. You can see powers similar to Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts, but not exactly same, and you can say somewhat lesser powers. So summon witnesses, call for documents, cross-examine, and deliver a verdict on someone's citizenship. A person declared a foreigner by FT loses all citizenship right. You cannot vote, you cannot own property in India, and you cannot be a part of our government services. Okay. So now, issues and criticism. We have to know the limitations. Many people say that poor people are suffering because of this foreigners, so-called foreigners tag, a doubtful tag. Sometimes they are not able to prove it because the burden of proof lies on the poor people, lies on the accused rather than the burden of proof lying on the state. Errors in judgment also happens. In some cases, entire families or communities have been targeted. I was in Assam. I have seen people who say that they are legal Indian citizen, but they don't have enough documents to prove it. So they are facing issues. So that has happened in Assam, and that is a limitation of FRs. So current context. With the update of NRC, we have seen that if your name is not in National Register of Citizens in Assam, you can go to FT, you can go to Foreigner Tribunal, you can file your case, and that is what is written here. Okay, now let's talk about certain questions. Let's solve some questions. I will give you two questions. This is the first question based on Assam cabinet decision regarding Koch Ragbonsi community. There are two statements here. You can see it here. Foreigner tribunals in Assam are established under Citizenship Act, and again the D voter category refers to individuals whose citizenship is under doubt. Which of the following statement is or are correct? Second question with reference to FT. Three statements related to FT. Which of the statement ever is or are correct? If you know it, you can post it in the comment section. Now let's come back to the questions which we have talked about in the beginning. So whether it is a case of vote bank politics or undoing previous mistakes. What is this? Then the second question is, are foreigners becoming citizens? How are we going to distinguish the Koch Ragbanshi people of Assam from the Koch Ragbanshi people of Bangladesh? Because they're in Bangladesh, Meghalaya and other regions. So that is again another question. And the third question of the day. Do you think this is all happening because of the impending election which is there in Assam? And 28,000 votes will be shifting to one side, and that's why this particular decision has been taken. So whatever is your view, you can post it in the comment section. I will share this PDF along with the answer of the two questions which I just asked you in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh, because study should be fun. Very good. And our prelims to interview foundation batch, April evening batch, has started from 2nd April, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and you can enroll at the earliest because it includes prelims and mains residential program. If you are our monthly top performer, you will get 11,000 reward. You will get full refund if you're clearing pre-2026 and making yourself and ourselves proud. And interview guidance program is included here because this is P2I, prelims to interview. So that's it from me. I have asked you 3 questions. Do answer those 3 questions. Are 28,000 foreigners becoming citizens, Indian citizens? Or do you think, no, sir, reality is much more complex than that? And then what is the reality? If you are in Assam, if you are an Assamese citizen watching this particular video, we are looking forward to your comments. And again, if you're not in Assam, but you know about this particular case and what is going on there, again, shed some more light on this as well. Take care, be blessed. I will see you soon.